stood out about you was your kick. You got an elite kick, and that probably was the puzzling thing. A guy who'd you even kick the footy with when you're up in Mackay? Was there kids playing footy all the time, or was it just kicking with your old man in the backyard?
Oh, a bit of both. It was playing in Mackay. It was play juniors. You'd down to umpire the next couple of games, and then you would. For the senior game, you'd be out there at half time and that kicking around and kicking with the senior players as having a dart in the huddle.
Having a dart.
Yeah, that's it. So, just always had a footy in your hand and never not had a footy, basically, whenever you're at footy. So, yeah, just a little bit of both. And just didn't stop, basically.
You played senior footy early too, didn't you? Like we had some young fellas on just today, but you played senior footy at 15, is that right?
14 was my first year of senior footy up there. I learnt to duck pretty quick.
Yeah, I was going to say, how'd you find that? The older blokes.
I got clobbered a few times as a young fella, and they would say, well, if he's he's out of here, he's got to be expecting that. So
yeah, the old days.
Yeah, that's right. So ended up kicking a few in those games that I played. So it was a good learning curve, but. Probably something.
Geez, it's very early. Do you look back on that now and go, well, my AFL career was probably cut short a little bit towards the end by injury? Do you feel like that maybe starting that early had an impact on your body and making you sort of break down a bit earlier than what you would have liked?
But also that would have helped to your development plan.
It can be
Yeah, I don't think it would have had an impact. That was probably more how I played when I got to senior footy. You were taught to go in as hard as you can, and that probably ended up costing me the way I just bashed and crashed and didn't, care for my safety or anything like that. That was your role. It was go in hard or not play, basically. So that probably ended up costing me a bit in the long run.
But that also probably made you too, you'd say, wouldn't it?
Yeah, that's right. It certainly. Well, you go back to your junior ranks, and then all of a sudden you've played senior footy. You walk a bit taller and know that. You're playing against kids your own age where you've played against men. So it certainly does hold you a good standard.
Yeah, and you can handle yourself.
You do have to be careful these days, that's for sure.
Oh, yeah, with the load, you mean, or just in terms of
just with
awareness?
Awareness and like you said, going in too early, maybe you do get a bigger knock from a bigger body and get landed on, that kind of thing. It could have a detriment effect, but not knowing that back in those days with concussion and all that kind of things nowadays.
Yeah, how's your body travelling? Like, did the year off help? Because at the start of the year, I heard you had a hamstring. Was it? It
definitely helped. It let a lot of joints and that settle. But then, you end up rusting out a little bit, and you're better off to keep fit than get fit. So it was probably a longer road back. I'm still not completely fit. I'm still carrying a few as I cop from the crowd most weeks.
Oh, do you?
But it's a little bit of fun.
No, that's the respect they show you. No, that is, if you get a bit of banter across the fence, it's always... I reckon they respect you.
Yeah, and they've paid their time.
That's right.
Have you been surprised with the standard of footy? Is it exceeded your expectations, or is it about where you thought it was?
Actually, I have. When I got down to Bondi Beach, once the main group sort of split off and got into their work, I was pleasantly surprised. There was. Some guys like obviously Macca, who's been around forever, and he's an absolute superstar. But just guys, you've never sort of seen before that show a bit, and you go, gee, he's all right, and then you end up realising that you played against him in the VFL or something, and then you feel like a bit of a donkey. But the standard's really good. And like on the weekend, Pomona, they don't really have any superstars, but they played as a really good team. Red Hill were the same, and the standard of footy is really good. So if you don't bring your A game for 4 quarters, you're going to get found out. So I was really surprised, and it's a really good standard to keep playing at, which is awesome.
You mentioned turnovers before, and I had a look during the week. I think Tremana kicked 72 points, and they kicked 56 of those from turnover. So it was
correct.
It was a big difference in your game.
Yeah, that's right. And we tend to be a team that control the ball a bit more, but. We just didn't set up well behind the ball when we turned it over, so that was a big factor that sort of cost us in the end. Was you know, a lot of the time it was from us going forward, and you know, we really missed Trent on the weekend. Trent Dennis Lane, we're getting back this weekend. We didn't have a great connection between, you know, back, mid to forward. So once we turned it over, Dramana had players out, and we just couldn't stop him or defend him. So.
Yeah. Why did Trent miss?
He's Sandringham assistant coach.
Sandy duties. So he's VFL coach at Sandy. So he's going to not play every game. He's going to play just a handful of games early days. So yeah, we do have to expect that he's going to miss a fair few. So we'll have to you know, plan for that a little bit better.
And you got your mate down there, Sam Gilbert, and he's enjoying having a run around. So how's he been down at Bomb Beach for you?
Yeah, he's been good. It's good to have the old firm back. He's he's great. Same sort of thing. He was sniffing around at Southern Footy League, and you know, he had to make a decision what he wanted to do. And at the end of the day, it was, you know, the same sort of thing. Was you know, playing at a club with you know, good family orientations and you know, the standard of the MPNFL, that kind of thing. So it was good to get him down, and yeah, obviously me being down there as well, and Trent knowing some guys. Certainly made the decision easier for him, but he's been really good, and he's been loving his footy, and that's what it's about. Is trying to get down there and just enjoying our footy as well as winning, helping the team win.
Well, you've definitely got a Saints connection down there, because one of your old teammates in Stevie Milne, his son's debuting today, Tyson Milne, and
Yep, he'll be playing. He's been really good for Sandy, so we're surprised that we got him back, but we'll definitely take it. The other one is Justin Peckett as well. He's the under-19s coach, and his two boys, Sonny and Jet, play in the 19s. So he was an old Saints player as well, and still has a little bit to do with the club.
Yeah.
So,
how do they go? They'd be nearly pushing for senior footy?
I had Jet in the...
They are,
both
players. Of them. They give you a bit of X factor. You sort of don't know what you're going to get. They're zippy, they kick goals, and they're really enthusiastic. So, yeah, I'm pretty sure Jet was really close this week. So if he keeps playing well, he'll find himself in the team.
What about Milne's son? Is he a bit like his old man, a bit of a yapper?
Nah, not really. I mean, he can if he gets provoked, he'll give a bit, but he's not. He doesn't go out of his way like Senior Milne.
Yeah. So he's the opposite.
He's a bit more composed. You know, ball use off the halfback, that kind of thing. So he's a little bit different player and a little bit different personality, but he still has a bit of a cheeky streak in him.
What about some of the other ex-teammates? You know, you haven't got into like Rui's ear, or you might have to get into Montagne's ear, because he might need a bit of the old cold pressed juice company stuff too. He looks like he's put on a few kgs since he's retired.
he's eaten a few sheep.
It's too right, he is.
No, I think you know, we had conversations where I was still playing footy. He'd finished, and he'd always say, "That little man on my shoulder." You know, he's always talking to me, "Go for a run, do this," but he goes, "Well, I don't have to do it anymore. I've got nothing to do it for." So
you got another little man on the shoulder saying, "What's in the pantry?"
That's right. Go eat something. So yeah, we might have to get him down. But no, Shawnee Dempster, he obviously can't play.
We loved him.
But he's been down to watch us a fair few times, and I'm trying to get him to do the running, but he's got his little girl sometimes on Saturday, so it's going to be hard. But yeah, we'll get him down there to help out.
Yeah, he was
he's
an absolute warrior, that fella.
What about Dylan Robertson?
YC. He's YC.
No, but
he's still doing a little bit with St Kilda, so his weekends are tied up. But yeah, wouldn't mind having a word to him and seeing if he wanted to put the boots back on. But yeah, same sort of thing. Even if he wanted to come to training or something and have a bit of fun.
Yeah,
certainly something I haven't spoken to him about though. But thanks for flagging that.
No, well, as a you know, as a league, you know, the MPNFL is just, we're wrapped to get as many ex-AFL, ex-VFL players into our competition, whether they're playing with us or against us. We just know it makes our competition that much better. It makes our players better, our coaching better. So we're wrapped that you've got on board in the MPNFL. Would have loved you to have got the Pines, but yeah, it's great that you're at Bomb Beach, and yeah, everyone will keep learning and become better players, having guys like you come back and put a bit back into local footy. So thanks for that, and yeah, we look forward to catching up with you, and thanks for your time today. Sorry about the loss in the stream. That's Tommy's fault, but
we'll speak to Tommy after the show. Yeah. But yeah, all the best for the year, and yeah, once again, thanks.
No worries. Thanks for having me, guys.
Good on you, mate. Good luck today too.
See you, mate.
Cheers. Bye.
See you, mate.
Great to have him.
Good.
And it is great to have players that have played AFL and come back and put a bit into local footy.
Even just the coaching out in the ground. You know, I've got reports back that he pretty much directs the guys out in the ground and tells them where to go, and it's just invaluable for those, especially the young players coming through.
Yeah, so, hey, Paddy, so let's move on.
You doing your gag?
Yeah, we'll be doing the gag shortly, but let's go into this week's games in Division 1. And
Red Hill versus Frankston Bombers. Frankston Bombers.
That'll be
fair to say Frankston Bombers hasn't quite got their act together. I think they're still working each other out. So they've got an unbelievable list, and once they hit their straps, they'll be fine. And this, like today's day, is perfect for them. So and Red Hill is such a Red Hill Premier Data points.
Really
they're
well,
the number one ranked side. They're great for disposals. They use the ball really well. Just elite foot skills. Not sure what Morris's role would be today. If he's
Tigers,
Richmond actually VFL.
Richmond are playing today.
So I think he'd be there. Pines Dramana, we went through that one.
Pines Dramana.
Yeah, that'd be a great game. We just got to be able to play 4 quarters.
You said to me you should win that easy.
Last week we had an average age of 21 and 40 games average experience, and on the sidelines, out injured, we had an average age of 28 and 125 games of experience. So we just need to get a few boys back. And, we were 6 goals to 4 at quarter time. We were 17 points down at 3/4 time. Get beat by 50. It's most of it is, it's not only, everyone talks about the physical attributes of it, but it's the ability to concentrate for the full 4 quarters. And we just haven't got the ability yet to concentrate because we're a bit young, but every week we're just aiming to get better and better and better. So
it's until you get that average 30 games across the group, and 30 to 40 games across the group help, because
we had 5 under 19s.
A bit like Gold Coast and GWS, with you for a half, and you know what we'll like at Frankston being young. With them for a half, and then you fall away after half.
And then you add a quarter and you try another quarter. Edithvale YC, big game.
YC you'd think pretty easy.
Oh, I don't know. Mount Eliza versus Sereno, that's going to be a cracker. Mount Eliza's a good side, Sereno's a good side. Sereno getting a few back.
Sereno got a few back now.
And that's at Mount Eliza.
Yep.
And then obviously Bomb Beach Rosebud is match of the day. And
that'll be a good game because Rosebud has started the season off really well, and they've got a good experienced midfield brigade against
they're both very similar sides. They've both got the good mix of height, good mix of big bodies, but also a good mix of speed. So that'll probably come down to execution. Who can execute best?
TDL back?
I don't know because they definitely Sandringham do play this weekend. I know that.
Then Division 2 we've got Hastings and Langwarrin.
Yep, Langy going really well. Hastings going okay. Yeah, Clinton Osendale's doing a good job down there.
Both blue sides, so I wonder, like we played the white jumpers when we played Hastings. I wonder if they got
good call.
Tyab and Devon Meadows. We played Devon last. I don't think Lids is playing this week. I think he plays next week.
Off the 6-day break, not the 7-day break. Could that help Tyab out?
Oh, I think
it's at home for Tyab. Pearcedale and Coringle, good game.
Yeah, Pearcedale beat Chelsea.
Pearcedale's going well.
I watched Coringle last week against Somerville. They actually moved the ball quite well. Somerville come out on top, but they're going in the right directions. Chelsea and Somerville. Chelsea had the night off and went to the pub on Tuesday. I wonder if they did it this week.
Maybe might have gone even. What is it? The strike bowl or one of those that Jordan Frankston. You can go and have a bowl.
So Chelsea, Somerville. That'll be a good game because Chelsea. They got off to a good start last week. We got Seaford and Crib Point.
Yeah, nice.
Stevie would have been a bit disappointed. I thought they'd match Hastings, but
they probably did for a 3/4 time. Still game on.
And match of the day, Mornington v Rye. So should be a good game.
Mate, this is the sort of day that you would be wanting to pull the boots back on and kick a few snags today.
Mate,
nice weather.
I might trip someone
and
over
actually, speaking about the glory days, speaking about the glory days. No, I'll go the glory days first. Because I promised you last week, ladies and gentlemen, that we would go through Goosey's diary. So,
and I did say, make things
Dustin Martin is well renowned for keeping a diary. Every day, Dustin Martin writes down a little diary, 3 or 4 things that he's thankful for, which he got off from the Resilience Project, and he's got book after book after book of diary. And then I did find out when you moved house, and I was going through a few of your trophies and 100 goal balls and that sort of stuff, and I found this scrapbook, or not scrapbook, it's actually a diary. And Goose was the trailblazer. Before Dustin Martin was keeping a diary, Goose was keeping a diary, and he just you write down how the day went, how the training session went. There's heaps of good stuff in here. A couple of puzzling ones for me though. There was this photo. Now I don't know. Can you get that photo I don't know if you can zoom in on that, but this has got here. He's getting there. This is me going for my 100th goal. But what you do sort of find a bit funny is there used to be this talk. Oh, Goose used to pack out Mornington and pack out Mornington. There's about 3 people there.
Mate, they're all down the goals.
No, they're not. You can see the goals. There's no one there, mate. I don't know who you were playing.
What round
you might
was
have
that?
Been playing,
Round 10?
You might have been playing. I think it was round 4. You might have been playing Chelsea. But then the actual diary. So I started. It's a good read, and I did. I read some stuff from. I read some stuff when we were just in the break there, but this is the one that I did like. This is from the 10th of the 5th, 2004. It's Diary, but he's actually spelled it Dairy. Dear Dairy.
Let's not make up things.
Today was another good day for me and the footy club. Playing against Hastings at home, we had a very special milestone game. One of my teammates played his 150th game, and the crowd was big, although we all know who they came to see.
Don't make up bullshit.
Now, Maury wasn't one of my closest teammates. He doesn't even shower with us. But supposedly we've played all his 150 games together. To be honest, I'm not even sure his name is Maury. It might be Laurie.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, I just mumble it in team meetings anyway, and when we bump into each other, just in case I get it wrong. I do feel a little guilty not fully knowing all my teammates' names. But to be fair, it's hard when you play a sport with 20-odd teammates and have a game plan where no one can come within 60 metres of you. It does make it hard to know all of them. Like sometimes I kick a goal and I run down the middle of the ground looking for a high five, and I feel like my teammates are avoiding me.
Oh, Jesus.
But we all know that can't be true. Anyway, Maury Knott enjoyed his 150 games in the forward pocket, 60 metres away from me. I kicked 10, although it could have been 12 if Maury could handball.
Oh, Jesus.
Till next time, keep up the good work, Simon.
Oh, Paddy, come on, mate.
So I'll just keep flicking through these, and I'll keep getting all these little diary entries, and we'll just read. We'll just have a bit of fun each week with some of Simon's good stuff. So I do think it would have been Laurie, not Maury. You didn't quite know his name, but you did. As I said, fair enough. You did have him pushed up the ground, and he was a pretty quiet fella, wasn't he?
Oh, come on, mate. Is this a stitch up or what?
No, that's your diary. Dear Dairy, actually.
No, I think the listeners know the truth.
Gag time.
Goosey's gags. I've got a couple of quick ones sent to you by Maury. Maury Knott. So this comes from Maury. I bet you can't tell me something that will make me both happy and sad at the same time, a husband says to the wife. She thinks about it for a moment, then responds, your penis is bigger than your brother's. Bang, bang. So.
Very good.
Yeah. Quick one he sent me in too. A woman walks out of the shower, winks at her boyfriend and says, honey, I've shaved myself down there. Do you know what that means? The boyfriend says, yeah, it means the drain is clogged again. Boom, boom. That's not a bad one.
That's a good one.
I like that one. So keep sending them in. Well done, Maury. Maury, I did enjoy that joke. Keep sending them in.
Yeah.
And what have we got on next week? We'll have the Rising Stars on next week. And we do apologise to the listeners once again. And
don't bag Tom too much.
Because we'll
get stuck.
We're going to kick his ass after. So Glenn might be on the lookout. Oh, Costanza might be back, you know.
It could be
he's been texting me, and I reckon...
Wants to get back in the main show?
He's trying to get on the main show. I reckon he's sabotaged.
They haven't set little Costanza to the Wednesday night show. He hasn't been dropped to the twos, has he?
Yes, he has.
Oh, poor little Costanza.
He can't even get on the number one show anymore. So if Tommy don't lift his game, it's a bit like, the blokes that you drop. We have to talk to him, bring him in the selection and say, Tommy,
a quiet word.
Mate, you did okay today, but, mate, there was a couple of things that we weren't happy about.
Generally, you start off with, okay, Tommy, how do you think you're going?
Yeah. Yeah, well, we will do that after the show. Get some feedback. Then we'll give him some feedback.
Yep.
And we'll say, well, mate, it comes down to team balance.
Exactly right.
Internet dropped out, so you're out.
No, good. But great show. Thanks you to Armitage. He was good.
Yeah. And
Heather?
Yeah, Head and Jack, they were both good.
Yep, great kids.
All the best today, mate, against Tremana.
Yep.
As you said, you should do them. You're pretty confident, which is
another stitch up.
Good.
No, that's it. Number one side in the competition. Billy Gertz, number one player.
You stitched me up, so it's about time I got you. But until next week,
Have a good week.
Mate,
your news be good. What are you, buddy Brian Naylor? All right, good.
Mate, your news be good news. Until
And
next
good
week. Good night. Good morning.